Hey everyone, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk person of interest. And the last time I declared that we could just relax and enjoy the episodic nature of this show, it kind of came back and bit me in the butt because that was the episode where we revealed who Elias was, how he's planning on taking over the city's crime, and it feels like we have a nemesis for the remainder of season 1. Now that doesn't mean he's going to appear in every episode, but I feel like this season will culminate in a showdown with Elias. So we'll certainly expect to see more of him as the season progresses. We have other outstanding storylines too. I feel like we've introduced a number of persons of interest that could be of benefit to the team. I don't know who might be becoming recurring characters. Are we going to see more Linda Cardellini down the line? That sort of thing. I feel like this show has done a really good job of showing us a lot of jigsaw pieces that define the foundation of this show, but we haven't started connecting them yet. And that it's still early days. This is only episode 9 that we're about to dive into. So in a television environment that regularly churns out 20 plus episodes a season, there's plenty of time for us to learn more and dive deeper into the through line of this story. So I have no idea what to expect from this episode. It might be a complete standalone with very little development in the way of lore, or it could be massive reveals that have implications for seasons to come. Who knows? So let's just jump right into it. This one is episode 9 of season 1, and it's called Get Carter.
But victim or perpetrator, if your number's up, we'll find you.
That makes sense based on the episode. The last clip of the intro is always about the person of interest of the episode. So does that mean Carter's our person of interest? Oh, back to 2004. Afghanistan? Iraq?
I deliver fruits and vegetables.
You deliver explosives for Al-Qaeda. Talk to me, or else you're gonna have to talk to my boss. And believe me when I tell you, you don't want to talk to my boss.
Is Reese the boss?
Hello, Yusuf.
No. Oh. Carter's the boss.
Getting too close. Enough already. She goes.
Yeah, we
today.
know she served.
But it's got to be clean.
I'm the one who has to investigate it when your husband finally beats you to death.
I fell down the stairs.
If he puts his hands on you again, call me. That's a homicide waiting to happen. Figured I'd try to stop one for it.
That's what we do every episode. Stop a homicide.
Don Moretti.
No.
Carl Elias, the bastard son you left to rot in the system after you murdered his mother almost 40
Hector
years
Salamanca.
ago.
I ain't the father of nobody by that name.
Your son's all grown up now.
Telling me this guy already took out a cop? Took a shot at you because you got too close? And you came here to warn me? Sounds to me like maybe he's coming after you.
She hasn't considered that yet. But okay.
You got a young African-American male. He gunned down on
Is
his
this
way
whole
home.
episode just going to be on Carter? Are Finch and Reese getting an episode off?
You knew this kid?
He witnessed the shooting 6 months ago up in the Bronx. ID'd the shooter, neighborhood thug, Hector Alvarez. He got cold feet, though. Recanted his testimony. DA dropped the case.
Looks like Hector found him.
I'm sure you'll charm something out of him, Fusco.
My friends call me Lionel. You got a first name?
Sure. Detective.
He doesn't know his partner's first name?
You heard shots. You didn't look out, see a car take off?
Please. No, here.
Why don't you come down to the precinct tomorrow? Give a statement. Just what you saw.
Okay, I'll come down tomorrow.
He's not coming in.
Where are you? At the scene of a homicide, wondering how the machine can see one and miss another?
I'm sorry, Mr. Reese. The machine detects acts of premeditation.
So this one was...
Whose number came up?
Mutual friend of ours.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Carter's the POI. That makes sense. We kind of saw that coming. I wish they didn't give that away in the credits.
I'm gonna be late for school.
I'm taking you. I have time. Stay. I thought I charged this thing.
Alright, she's a mom.
Thank you.
No, she's just been cloned.
You better hurry up.
Almost got it.
Forget it. Get out of there now.
Is he bugging the car?
Do we have a picture?
Nice work, Harold.
We need eyes and ears on her.
24/7, even inside the precinct.
How's the car business, Hector?
I was back with my old lady watching some show. Ask her.
Of course. Always with the loyal alibi. So that wasn't your muscle car took a detour into Washington Heights last night.
Nah, I hear it's dangerous down there.
You messed up taking that kid out, Hector.
It's a shame what happened to that kid. Even if he was a punk-ass snitch.
He's probably not going to end up the killer.
Didn't know you collected dolls, Finch.
This doll is for Detective Fusco.
Putting it on his desk.
Carter, detective, first grade. Homicide
First name,
task
J.A.
force. Single mom, served as an army interrogator.
Passed the bar no 4, gave it up to go back on the force. Impressive lady. Honest to a fault.
Which means she made a lot
Passed
of
the bar.
enemies.
Why would you give up being a lawyer to
I've
be a
narrowed the
cop?
list of possible suspects to a little over 300 or so.
Gonna have to keep her in sight at all times.
You have to be careful. Get too close, you risk getting caught.
Turn it around.
Just put it on your desk and face it towards Carter.
She in trouble?
Well, you tell me.
How'd it go with the old Don at the big house?
Tried to
Oh
reach
yeah, that's
out.
not obvious at all. Come on, Finch, you could have done better than that. Jeez, police brutality, Carter, come
I
on.
don't like the looks of this.
He's an informant.
Shut up and get your head down.
Informant.
That was a little too theatrical, bottle cap.
Hey. Must be one of her CIs.
It's her bubbles.
I need to know what you've heard about the new guy, Elias.
I hear he's a man not to be trifled with.
You ever hear the name Hector Alvarez come up or see him cruise the block in his GTO?
I hear nobody talk about Hector, but I can ask around.
Hey, Captain.
Welcome back, Detective.
They got me working with Detective Carter, and I'm starting to hear some things.
Yeah? Things are going back to the way they used to be.
Used to be.
This new guy, he knows the rules.
New guy. You mean Elias?
Runs a tight ship, all the way up to City Hall. Look, the economy's in the toilet. Detective Carter doesn't understand the rules. He's gunning for Elias. She's gotta go. It's just gotta look clean.
Captain's awfully free with his speech. Basically just saying, yeah, we're going to take out a cop.
If you help me, I can protect you and your family. If you don't, he could still come after you.
Can you really, though, Carter? What's the NYPD budget for protective custody?
Elias wants her gone today.
Killing a cop brings a lot of heat.
Now, which is why they're gonna make it look clean. All I know is every door the Carter walks to could have a bullet behind it.
Did you see this guy in your store last night? That's all I need.
Can you please leave my store?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I'll be seeing you around, Mr. Castillo.
Man, everyone's very on the nose this episode. Threatening somebody directly in front of a cop feels like it's an arrestable offense.
What kind of degenerate does that to his wife?
Carter's paying Kovac a visit.
Why is a homicide detective intervening in a domestic case?
Maybe she's like us. Trying to prevent something bad from happening.
It's too good for her own good.
What happens between a man and his woman behind closed doors is none of your damn business.
Can't stop
Wrong.
you from boozing your life away.
You come after me, and I will exercise my Second Amendment rights.
I think we got a new front runner.
Now, you're gonna tell me all these photos of you are fake? Point to the location.
I would rather you just kill me now.
Castillo said he came into his market a couple times to purchase some booze and Trojans.
So?
His
Girlfriend lives
in
nearby.
the Bronx too. Why would he have to go 25 blocks downtown?
He's on a
for
side
condoms?
piece.
Because Don wanted a little chickie on the side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some phone calls.
Look, I gotta go.
And the first one's not going to be so loyal to him either if she knows he's got a side piece, so...
If she wasn't around, it would probably solve a lot of your problems now, wouldn't it?
If anything happens to her, Lionel, I'm coming for you next.
Okay, we're just...
Knock, knock. Fixing cars and running guns?
How are these guys alive? They all just took bullets to the chest.
Tell Hector I'm the guy that just put him out of business.
I see him again, I'll close down more than the shop.
And the requisite one guy with a bullet in the thigh.
If you help us, I can protect you and your family. I promise.
You don't care about me or my family?
Carter's promising a lot of protection. I don't feel like the U.S. Army was offering that.
You are not just a negotiation. Not to me. I lost someone very close to me, too. It changed everything. You and me, we're not that different.
Was her husband killed in 9/11?
The location is not on the map.
Then you'll take us to them for our children.
For our children.
Look how kind the U.S. interrogator is.
Me and Hector was together all night. We watched TV, and then we went to bed.
That's Hector's cell phone bill. You know whose number that is? Because he dialed it 33 times.
So you were with Hector all night?
Last night, this morning. Hello? Hello? Who is this? Wait, who the hell are you?
Make sure they don't kill each other.
Oh, no.
Hector's on the run. He's not going to be a problem for Carter anymore.
And when she goes to arrest him?
I'll just have to get there first.
I still don't think it's Hector.
She's not just another number, Finch. Some people the world can't afford to lose.
He has a warehouse in Queens on 25th.
He's got a gun. Oh, wait a minute. Calm down. I can't understand. He's got a gun.
She's the housewife.
Oh, God, please. He's gonna kill me.
Carter's going to the Kovacs' house. He's armed. Reese?
Where is Reese?
What the hell?
Someone been gift wrapping for us.
Reese?
Somebody's been doing that a lot lately.
You're in trouble, Detective.
I'm not the one who's hiding.
You're not listening to me. I'm trying to tell you.
Someone wants you dead.
Why are you following me? What do you want?
I want you to start being more careful.
Oh. That's Elias, right? Yeah.
We get a warrant on Hector Alvarez yet?
Yep, ESU standing by. Who died?
Check that there's not a bomb in there.
Carter's called an ESU unit to Hector's warehouse in Queens.
If Hector puts up a fight, it could be dangerous. How will you be close enough to protect her?
Oh, I'm
Pretty close.
They got this place covered, right?
How do you just infiltrate an ESU unit? Everyone must know everyone.
You hear something around back?
Take it easy.
Everything all right, Mr. Reese?
Hector's got a new set of bracelets.
Should keep him busy for a while.
All right. So Hector did kill the witness.
Have we eliminated the threat yet?
Kovac and Alvarez are neutralized.
Elias is still out there.
I lost her. Track her phone for me.
Why don't you take whatever I got?
that's all right.
No,
You ain't gotta do all
Let's just call this a down payment, okay? I want you to have that.
I'm sorry, Carter. You always been good to me, but I ain't got no choice.
Yeah, he got paid off. Dirty cops.
You told me to find that guy, Elias. Well, I found him. It ain't gonna be me.
Presumably she's got her vest on.
Where's Yusuf?
Yeah, he didn't make it back.
I gave him my word. I promised I'd protect him.
You should make promises you can't keep.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with you? You can't just break God!
It's a long war. You're all alone.
I know you'll still arrest me if you get the chance, but you should know, whether you like me or not, Joss, you're not alone.
Did he just call her Joss? We know her name starts with J.
Time to end this, Finch, once and for all. Elias can't kill a cop without permission. Tell Elias if he so much as touches Detective Carter again, I will put him, you, everyone in the ground.
You alright, Mom? Did you pull your back or something?
I took 2 in the chest yesterday.
It's nothing that won't heal.
You work too hard. You should quit.
Wouldn't know how to if I tried.
Who's got your back?
You don't have to worry about me. I can take care of myself.
This one felt... I'm not going to lie. This wasn't my favorite episode. And I think the reason why is it just felt particularly like traditional network television. And I mean that in the sense that it felt a little bit too on the nose. I like that we do an episode where Carter's the person of interest. I like that there's all these different threats. We get to learn more about her personality. But I get that she's a good cop. But she's painted in this episode as the only good cop in New York. Everyone else is dirty. No one else cares the way she does. Elias and these dirty cops in Fusco's old precinct have her targeted. It just feels a little too contrived. The military flashback stuff was a little bit on the nose as well. You know, you're a military interrogator in the Iraq War. I don't care how good you are, I just didn't buy it, I guess, is my point. But I like that we've learned some backstory about Carter. He used to be a lawyer, gave it up at some point after 9/11 to enlist, and now she's a cop. But there's a husband who's dead, presumably military, so he may have died in the war first and then she enlisted, or he may have died. I feel like we'll learn more about him. We saw his photo, so there's something coming there. She's got a kid. She's a good single working mom. Cool with all of that. I just feel like she was painted a bit too much. I don't know. We spent the entire episode just painting her as a superhero, an angelic superhero, and I just feel like I'd rather there be some more interesting character there, and maybe that's still to come. I get that it's especially important that we need characters like her, at least as far as Finch and Reese are concerned. The world needs people like her. But what did we do with her this episode? She prevented a domestic homicide. Well, technically Reese did, but she was super concerned in this domestic situation, which wasn't even her job description. She took out this gun running Alvarez character who did end up killing the witness that we found dead on the sidewalk at the start of the episode. He fired at her, she fired back, hit him with a bullet, and then but that didn't kill him. That just caused him to crash, and she arrested him because nobody appears to die from gunshot. We don't tend to kill a lot with guns in this, even though when Reese raided the body shop with his grenade launcher and submachine gun, and he hit guys in the chest. 0 blood, all of them still alive on the ground. I get that it's network TV and there's violence standards and all the rest of it, but it's like the suspension of disbelief is a challenge at times. But anyway, I think I just need to I need to watch this show through a slightly different filter. I'm so used to streaming service shows now, premium format stuff that has 0 restrictions, that seeing something that was made under traditional network standards, both in format and in content, that I sort of have to rewind my viewing filter to what was it like to watch TV back in the 90s, the early 2000s, on a major network. That it's just a different animal. Television has evolved a lot, and even though this is a relatively recent show, a lot of people, network TV is still network TV. It's a different animal from HBO and Netflix and all the rest of it. and we have simpler plots. There are clear good guys and clear bad guys. There are less twists and turns, so it's more accessible to a casual audience. I have to remember that. I have to remember that sometimes things are just how they appear. But this one, it felt clunky in the way they handled it. Nevertheless, there were certain things that just didn't make sense. Like, why would Elias walk into the precinct to deliver flowers? Like, A, why deliver the message to Carter at all? B, why do it personally? It's unclear to me how Elias has so much leverage already. What does he have over all these dirty cops that they will do whatever he wants? It feels like he's just starting to take control of the city, and yet he's all of a sudden already got control of... He's got people in City Hall. He's got people in the NYPD. What does he have on all these people? What he does have is Hector Salamanca as a father in prison. That's interesting. Very cool to see him again. Very weird seeing him out of a wheelchair and without his bell and hearing him talk, because he's so iconic in the Salamanca role. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I just feel like this episode could have been better executed. I'm not opposed at all to exploring Carter. I think it was really good in fleshing out her character. I'm more invested, but I also feel like she's realizing, like, she's already realized that Reese is being a vigilante for the force of good, which isn't going to stop her from having to arrest him, and he understands that. But contrary to what she's telling her son at the very end of the episode, that she can take care of herself and they don't need anybody else, she's got Reese in her corner, and that's a good thing. He helped her arrest Kovacs, the abusive husband. He was there as backup when she took down Alvarez, although he didn't need to actually do anything there, but he was there just in case. And he saved her from being shot by her CI, the homeless dude, Hubcap. It's weird. I think because this episode, there were a lot of parallels between this episode in particular and maybe my favorite show of all time, The Wire. The homeless CI, the streetwise female cop. It just had some echoes, but when you elicit a comparison like that to one of the best critically acclaimed shows of all time, that's a tough bar to measure up to. And so maybe that's why I'm especially... I don't feel like I'm coming down hard on this episode, but maybe why it bumped for me when most episodes of this show haven't, is just because when you make that comparison, it's clearly not as good as The Wire. Because almost nothing is as good as The Wire. The Wire is so gritty and real and gray, like shades of gray. There's no white hats and black hats, and this show's just it doesn't live up to that. And that may not be its goal, that may not be its purpose, that may not be the vision of its creators. But when you draw a comparison like that, like if this episode does, if this show does an episode about a teacher that starts cooking meth as our person of interest of the week, we're going to start comparing it to Breaking Bad, and it's probably not going to measure up, because that's not the intention of the show. But you draw these comparisons, you invite these comparisons, and it's easy to have a lesser opinion of the episode accordingly, which is a shame, because it's well-made television. It's a good network TV show. So I'm gonna give it a get-out-of-jail-free card, so to speak, And I'm looking forward to the next episode. I'm looking forward to seeing where this Elias storyline goes. I can't imagine that Reese's threat to the police captain about basically leaving Carter alone is going to be effective. But maybe for story purposes it will be. This old captain of Fusco's feels like he's going to be a recurring character, but maybe we should have just pushed him off the parking garage roof. I don't know. I'm glad of what we learned this episode. I'm glad we learned more about Carter. We got to know more about her motivations, her history. I just feel like it could have been handled with a smidge more finesse. Fair enough. Don't hate me. But I would love to hear your thoughts. So by all means, make use of the comment section down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, or unlike, you know, if you didn't like my reaction to this because I came down hard on your show, that's allowed. It happens. But all that stuff helps the algorithm. Let YouTube know that you're watching. Let YouTube know that you're interested. And it really does go a long way in helping the channel. Check out my Patreon if you're so inclined. If you want to get ahead, if you want to see my reactions to the next 4 episodes, you can see them there. If you want to see full-length reactions, you can check them out there. And, yeah, until next time, everybody. Take care. Stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.